Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Urban Shop Talk Live with your boys Barry and Terry. We are back, and this is a new time, new situation we're trying right now. Coming to you. Don't adjust your Facebook streams. This is Monday night, and we're doing it a little bit differently this week.
We changed it up about damn time too.
Changed it up. I
didn't like that Sunday.
We're trying something different. We're trying to reach more people, and we're just going about different ways.
You wanted to go prime time. You said prime.
People were saying we ready for prime time.
You said we were going prime time.
They said we're ready for prime time, so that's what we're gonna do. So we're bringing it to you guys live on Monday night, and give us your feedback and your comments, and let us know what you guys think about it. And remember, like us, share us. It helps us a great deal, and we appreciate it when you do. So, Barry, first of all, this is Urban Shop Talk Live, episode number 17, and it says Monday, July 10th, 2017. So I just had to say that. 17. Episode 17, man. This is episode 17. We've been doing it, and we're having a lot of fun.
What's up, Valerie? How you doing, young lady?
People having fun with us, too. So.
Yeah, man, it's all good. Even though we had some rough patches, me and this guy.
Rough patches, man. Look, man, we just real.
Me and this guy. No, you call it real.
Keep it real. That's what it is. So,
I realize the older you get, right? This is true, man. When I was younger, this old client of mine used to tell me, the less patience you have. Is that true?
I think with you it is.
No.
I think it's definitely true with you. I think I've gotten more patient in my old age, if I can say so myself. I think
have you really? You think
I think so. I think I've learned a certain level of patience for people and differences of opinion. And look,
so wait,
I'm vocal with my differences.
So you think that you have because I've known you for how long?
I don't know. Go back to when you was in Seattle.
I was in my old shop.
When you was on the block.
Yep. Yeah, that was damn.
Way back. That was a minute ago, man.
20 some years.
20 some years.
So, I remember you quite well, right?
Be careful now.
No, I'm not gonna say. We're not gonna
be careful now.
We're not gonna go to that route.
We got people watching now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, over the course of that time, right? Because you've always been very outspoken,
opinionated,
boisterous,
whatever way you want.
So you think over the period of time that's actually calmed down?
I think
this full circle of
I think I've gained a certain amount of Valerie
is absolutely correct on what she just said.
What did she say?
I think we have less time for nothing and want substance. That's true. That's true.
My thing is, I believe that's true. I think my thing is, I've gained perspective, a better perspective on a lot of different things. So I think I've grown in my time, and I am opinionated, and I do like to share my opinion. I am patient. I do like to hear other people's opinions.
What are we talking about?
I do. This is what discussion is about.
Let's rewind.
Conversation.
Let's rewind 2 episodes ago. You said you like to hear other people's opinions.
Oh, we can go back 2 episodes ago. The thing is, even with that show, if you guys didn't watch it, episode was it 15?
Wait, episode 1 through 15.
If you watch episode 15, we had a very heated, emotional discussion.
Yeah. I never get emotional, man.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that.
I'm like Russell Wilson, man. I've seen you get emotional. No, I'm not emotional, bro.
I don't believe you, and they don't believe you. But the thing is, I have known that I have an opinion, and I do try to give other people a chance. And I did give the guy who came on our show a chance to voice his opinion. I didn't agree with him. He didn't agree with me. But he voiced his opinion. At the end of it, we shook hands and went our separate ways. And that's how discussion goes. And that's what we try to do here. You know what I do like, though, and I do like to know about how your weekend was. Because
man, it was good. It was a good weekend. My son turned 10. And I tell you, man, it has been a fast 10, man.
It goes by.
It goes by
real quick.
And so we had a lot of friends, we had family there, and anytime you have a birthday, anytime you get a chance to be around loved ones, and anytime you see something that you've created or helped create, part of the creation.
It's part of you.
Yes. And he's growing up to be 10, And 8 more years, and hopefully he's out the house and he's gone. But no, seriously, I know. I do hope. But anyway,
happy birthday, Little B.
Little B is 10, and so we're so proud and so happy about that, and it was all good.
Yeah, you know.
How about yours, man? Talk to me.
Man, it was good, man. I we went out with the kids, and I worked, but I went out with the kids, and we went swimming, barbecued, the whole nine. It was nice. The weather was nice. The weather's been beautiful here in Seattle. If you guys aren't in Seattle, this is the time to come up here, because this is when it's at its best, when the sun is really out and you get to enjoy all the green and all the water and all the stuff. So it was great. We had a great time. We went out. And it's so funny you said that your son's 10, and it goes by quick. It does go by quick. Pretty soon you'll be like me, and like my daughter is teenage, and you're dealing with teenage issues. That goes by quick, man. Yeah. That goes by quick. It's quick. It's coming.
It is.
It's coming, man. And they
get older when they rather hang out with their friends.
Oh yeah, you're not cool anymore. When they're little, when they're little, you're so cool, and everything you do is dad is great. But when they get older, it's just like
Well, now it's always, Dad, you're embarrassing me. And stuff like that. I mean, I think I'm a pretty cool dad, but it's whatever.
Yeah, no, but I mean that's how it is. You know what's funny? You're getting old when you remember what you were doing at the time that where your kids are. So when my daughter, she's 16, I remember exactly everything I was doing at that time. So that's why, wow,
yeah,
goes by.
Yeah, no, it does. It does.
It does go by quick. But you know what? Couldn't get here fast enough. Spiderman Homecoming, which just came out. I watched that last week, and I'm gonna give a quick review on it. You didn't get a chance to watch it yet. You're gonna watch it. You'll give us your take when you come back.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Man, looking forward to it. Seriously.
It was good, man. Spider-Man Homecoming, which just was released from a joint effort from Sony and Marvel Pictures, came out Friday, directed by John Watts. It has a great cast. Tom Holland as Spider-Man. Michael Keaton, man, he kills it, man, as Vulture. He's great. He's awesome.
Good actor.
They have Marissa Tomei, Jon Favreau. There's a lot of little characters, a lot of little cameos. Like Donald Glover, and a couple people like that make an impact. Laura Harrier, who plays the black love interest for Spider-Man, which is interesting. It's a nice little spin on
PC.
it. It's PC. It's just reality.
It is reality.
No, it's just reality. You go to any high school, kids like kids, man. They don't care what color they are.
And that's the reality.
It's a hot girl, cute guy.
Absolutely. You like the young lady, yeah. So that's cool to see.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Don't tell me too much.
I'm not gonna tell you too much.
I'm gonna check it out. I'm looking forward.
I'm good on spoilers, man. I don't really go into spoilers and things like that. But the thing is,
crazy Tone.
What's up, Tone? They did a really good job with this movie. Great job. This is probably the best Peter Parker Spider-Man combination of all the movies. I like it better, but I have this movie behind Spider-Man 2. It's not. That's saying much. That's saying a lot, because Spider-Man 2 is one of my favorite comic movies ever.
Really?
Ever. I love it.
Oh, I didn't think it was that good.
Yeah. What's up, Darlington? Love what you're doing too, man. Keep.
Oh, you boxing?
Oh yeah, he's a big boxer out there. He's doing his thing. But yeah. So anyway, Spider-Man was a great movie, man. Spider-Man was a great movie. They gave a lot away in the trailers. I'll just say that.
Okay.
They gave too much away in the trailers, but it still was a great movie. It was a great time. I still have I have behind Wonder Woman for my superhero movies of the year, but I still give it a 4-star.
I don't want another 4-star.
No, I gave Wonder Woman 4.5 stars.
This went out a 4-star. Man, the last.
That's a good movie. Did you miss Did you miss
Baby Driver was fine.
Well, did you miss my Transformers and Mummy? They were far from 4-star reviews.
I just want to. Yeah,
I know. Hey, look, I call it like I see it. And I'll call it like I see it this Friday too when I see War of the Planet of the Apes.
I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be off the hook.
That's
now,
going to be hot.
You talking about a series? We got to have a discussion about that one sometime in the near future.
What was that?
Because to me, Planet of the Apes, kind of the rebirth or whatever.
Yeah,
that reboot has been off the hook.
You know what?
It has been by far probably the best. You know what I'm saying? Like
one of the best franchises.
Now, I'm trying to think it might be the best franchise.
Well, you gotta wait. We gotta wait till we see the last one. All right, they close the deal.
We already know it's gonna be good.
Well, the third movies are usually now. This one's getting great reviews, so I don't think it's gonna be bad. But you know that the third movies,
in it, right?
Woody Harrelson's in it. He's always good. But you know that the third movies are
Woody
usually the
Harrelson's
weak
in
spots
something, we know it's gonna be
trilogy.
good. Huh?
Third movies are usually the weakest ones in the trilogy.
I don't know about that.
Think about every great trilogy.
Godfather.
Weakest one. The third one's easy.
No, I don't think it's the weakest
The Godfather
one.
3. Anybody who's seen Godfather movies?
Oh, wait, Nick. Baby Driver was what? Okay.
Was okay.
Thank you.
Well, hey, look, everybody has their opinion. But, you know,
everybody has a bad day.
Listen,
everybody has a bad day reviewing movies. Sometimes you have a bad day reviewing movies.
My father-in-law liked it too, Carol. I know he did. He was right there with me, and we both liked it.
Like what?
Spider-Man.
But Baby Driver.
But Baby Driver.
You're right. It was a decent movie. That's why I gave it 2.5 stars.
It wasn't okay. It was a decent movie for you, and it was a decent movie for Nick. But guess what, Nick? Nick and Barry? It's also on over 200 critics top 10 of the year, and it's 97% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It hasn't been a lot of good things out.
A lot of people.
So is Wonder Woman. So is all these movies.
And that was good too.
And wait, we're going on movies of the year so far. How many months has it been so far?
6 months. That's a halfway point.
It's not even close. All the good stuff comes out now until the end of the year.
You're talking about if you're talking about Oscar contenders and things like that, yeah, that's coming out later.
So we'll check that out.
You'll check it out. I'll check it out. And what we've been checking out though for the last 3 episodes in now is been Power.
Oh man, Power. Power's been off the hook. I like it.
And
I didn't really like last season. I thought last season was okay.
We got a good discussion coming on later on about how we're represented and what is the perception and versus reality of how we as a people, as ourselves, as men, as women, as black men, as white men, white women, black women, Asian, whatever you are. Whoever you are, do you like how you're represented on TV? So we're going to get into that later. And that's another thing, because Power, I was thinking about that.
I came up with that topic too, by the way.
No, you didn't. But no, you didn't. Stop lying. But the thing is, one of the things that made me think about that.
Nick, you go from just being on the team to saying last season was fire. What?
Well, there's the thing.
What the hell? Nick, get some consistency.
The thing is,
you even said it wasn't that good last season.
No. Look. The thing is with Power. One of the things that made me think about that was how we're represented on TV is because some of the ways we've had some discussions about culture and about things like that. And one of the things that was brought up in that discussion with our friend who visited us that day was about the perception and how we thought how we're portrayed. And so on watching Power, that's making me think about that because the main character in Power right now, he's locked up. And that's one of the storyline going on right now is that he's locked up and his friends and family are trying to figure out what they're going to do to get him out of jail. So it is tough. It's tough watching a strong black man, a strong black character on TV be, and for 3 episodes straight now incarcerated. But I actually like the storyline. I
enjoy it a lot. I think it's showing his acting abilities a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think in the first season, I think his acting was kind of limited.
Well, there's a lot of questionable acting on that show. It's a guilty pleasure.
It is a guilty pleasure, but I think the storytelling because it's not a new story. We've seen this. You go watch any hood movie. You know, what I'm saying it's similar. I think the dynamic though you're actually seeing because he's incarcerated away from his family. So we're starting to see some depth in terms of his acting. So
and he does care about his family. And that's the thing. What I do like is how it is a 3-dimensional story and how the characters, they're not just good guy and bad guy. These are people, and sometimes people make bad decisions, and a lot of bad decisions, it might lead you into these situations. But you do get to see he does care about his family, he does care about his people, and and
it shows that, and it also shows when a woman's scoring what she'll do too, because man,
the Gloria character,
I
you locking guys up though? Is that what we doing when they make us mad? You lock them up.
Especially when what was it about when you started?
Yeah. Especially you had a good idea.
You had an idea about
who he was and what he was doing.
And yet now all of a sudden it's I don't know. I hate her character. Man.
Oh, Snowfall. That's it.
Yeah, I mean
Joseph is talking about
what is the Snowfall about? I seen it. Somebody was asking me
real quick though. Power season 4 is on right now. They're 3 episodes in. It's pretty good.
Check it out. Definitely check it out.
Snowfall's another one though. It's good that Joseph brought that up. I just thought about that. I caught the first episode. So it's brand new and it just had a first episode.
So what is it about?
If you're wanting to see a good new show, check that out. It's on FX, and it's basically about the rise of crack the crack
damn,
market in
okay.
America, and it's not just dealing with the hood. It's not just dealing with
dealing with all sectors of.
It's dealing with all different ways about it. They're dealing with the government.
Check out in the 80s, right?
It's in the 80s. They're dealing with the government, the law enforcement, all of their play, and the main characters are a lot of recognizable faces. Black actors, and they're dealing with the black.
So we're definitely gonna give you a good review because we're gonna watch that.
We're gonna wait till we catch up on when it goes more.
We're working out about 5-6 shows. People, this is a full-time job.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. So that show Snowfall looks pretty good. So anyway, though, so that just brings us back to the discussion that we really want to talk about, and it's the what do you think about, what do you feel about how you are represented on TV? So whether we're talking about you as a woman, as a man, as whatever race you are, as whatever sexual orientation you might be, how do you feel about how you're represented? And give us some comments and some feedback, because we want to know what you guys think about how you are represented on TV, because I'm sure everybody has an opinion about how they're represented on TV, whether good or bad. And what do you think? What do you think about it, B? The thing is, we talked about it the last time, and with our friend who came in the studio, and we talked about the whole cultural thing. And one of the things that was brought up was the question about kind of profiling, kind of going off of what your perception of what somebody is, and what you think about them before you even know them. You think you know them. And a lot of reasons,
but a lot of times people are not even around certain people, so their only interaction is with the TV,
and that's it. And that's exactly
TV or music or whatnot, and that's not not the reality of it.
But perception sometimes is reality
for a lot of people, for a lot of us. Let's be honest about that. For a lot of us.
So how do you feel about that? What do you think?
It's interesting, man. This is actually a good topic because it's such different dimensions to it. Because in one way, you like to see more diversity on television, because a lot of you growing up, you didn't see a lot, but then we have had some figures that were very strong and very prevalent in our community that's helped elevate perception. Cosby Show. Cosby Show did, I think, one of the for years on that. We didn't see that. I mean, even the Jeffersons to a certain degree, but probably more so like Cosby Show.
Cosby Show was right up there though, as far as if you're talking about role models and
people that you've seen, strong woman, strong father. Family man, those are strong. Those are strong traits in any community. One thing
I will say, and I have a lot of problems with the way a lot of things are done and a lot of way things are portrayed in the media and in movies and TV. But one thing I will give credit for is the way that Hollywood is taking to the diversity thing, and they are making a more conscious effort nowadays to be more diverse. And I'm not just talking about racially, I'm talking about even sexually. As far as like, I think that even now, I think that if you look at right now, and where we're at in 2017, I think even for women, there's so much more depth to the characters, strong women characters. They didn't have that.
Single women too. That is, and I agree with that.
Back, you don't even got to go that far back. If you go back 25 years, 30 years. You can see the difference. There wasn't that many strong women.
Joseph actually said something, and sorry, Joseph, we got comments coming on, but what you said about the Italian, that's an interesting, because he said something about being Italian and only seeing, kind of mob or mob, what I'm saying? That's so true. That is
true. And so, Joseph, do you feel like, and I want you to answer at some point, do you feel like that's a misrepresentation? Do you feel like there should be a better representation for Italian Americans? Is that something that you feel like is wrong? Nicholas Jones, he said that the Carmichael Show is doing a good job. Have you seen that show?
I watched it. I can't really get into it, man.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
I haven't had time to really catch up on it, but what I've seen is not
I think
bad.
his humor is a little different.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually watched the stand-up also, and I don't know if people watch the stand-up, but it's a very...
He's an oddball. He's a different guy. He's a different kind of guy.
You don't really know where the punchline is coming from.
Yeah.
And so it's different. I think it's interesting. I have to watch a little bit more of it, but I don't know if he attacks it or he's.
Yeah, I mean they deal with some some stuff. They got a lot of things. But they do deal with some deep stuff on there. I think that. I think that, and I think that, even now, I think that even now, I think that even now, they do deal with some deep stuff on there. I think that, they actually do deal with some deep stuff on there. I think that, they do deal with some deep stuff on there. I think that, they do deal with some deep stuff on there. I think that, they do deal with some deep stuff on there. I think that, they do deal with some deep stuff on there. I think that, they do deal with some deep stuff on there. I think that, they do deal with some deep stuff on there. I think that, they do deal with some deep stuff on there. I think that, they do deal with some deep stuff on there. I think that, they do deal with some deep stuff on there. I think that, they do deal with some deep stuff on there. I think that, they do deal with some deep stuff on there. I think that, they do deal with some deep stuff on there. I think that, they do deal with some deep stuff on there. I think that, they do deal with some deep stuff on there. I think that, they do deal with some deep stuff on there. I think that, they do deal with some deep stuff on there. I think that, they do deal with some deep stuff on there. I think that, they do deal with some deep stuff on there. I think that, they like I said, there's a comment that I always find funny whenever you're talking to people online, and the subject of culture or race or gender equality or anything like that comes on. I hear something that people that troll. If you don't know what the lingo is online, a troll is somebody who he enters conversations and enters topics and discussions and just tries to bring heat, just tries to make people angry.
Yep.
And a favorite troll comment is that there's SJWs now, social justice warriors.
Yeah.
And they try to say that to say it as a negative, that people are actually, really championing diversity. And they'll say it as if it's a bad thing now for that to happen. I think that's the craziest, most ignorant thing that somebody could say. That it's a bad thing to champion diversity. Why wouldn't you want to champion diversity? Why wouldn't you want that to exist? As any person, I don't want to just see myself, because that's not what the world is. I want to see all these other people. I want to see other races. I want to see other sexual genders and things like that. I want to see people that are different than me and go through life and learn about them. So I never understood that. Why people?
Joseph, you're right. You're right. There should be better rep as hardworking and family oriented.
Talking about the Italian American?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, and let's keep it real, because the only thing we ever do is watch The Godfather, The Goodfellas, The Sopranos. These are great movies. But really, when that's the only aspect of Italian America that's being represented, I can understand why an Italian American might not like that.
Really, what have we seen that's
positive?
Modern day, besides, it has been
that's a positive Italian thing
on TV.
That's not gangster oriented.
It's Kings of Queens.
King of Queens, yeah. I mean, he's a big guy who got a hot chick. Does that
Isn't he Italian out there?
Is he Italian? I don't know if he's
King of Queens.
I don't know if he's Italian. I can't. It was Ray Romano. Everybody hates Raymond, or everybody loves Raymond.
Everybody loves. Wasn't that one?
Yeah.
Joseph, you gotta come up with something.
Joseph, help us out.
Help us out,
Joseph, with the Italian American thing. We don't want to speak for y'all.
Yeah.
We don't want to speak for
us
y'all.
On the.
You guys gotta help us out, man. We trying to represent for y'all. So but the thing is, your take on it, yes. Here's the thing, I said,
I agree with the take.
You know what's funny?
He said, "Hell no!" Hey, we failed. See, hey, we gotta stay in our lane.
We didn't fail. We're trying. We trying to help.
We're trying to help.
We're trying to help everybody.
We're ignorant to the subject.
We're trying to include everybody.
Any modern day Italian story?
Give us something. I want to know.
King of Queens is not, or he's laughing. Okay.
Hey, look, I don't know. We just try to throw something out there that might have been popular.
Modern, yeah.
But no, you know what's funny is I'm a Star Wars guy. I'm a big Star Wars fan, and one of the big things that happened, one of the big things that happened with Star Wars was that in the latest movie that just came out, The Force Awakens, in the latest of the major trilogy or the major franchise, the main character in the movie was a woman. It was Daisy Ridley's character. She played Rey, and she was a woman. And the second lead in the movie was a brother, and it was played by John Boyega. It was Finn. I thought it was great. I loved it, and I'm a lifelong Star Wars fan. Okay, so imagine me, 4 or 5 year old Terry. Back in the day.
I remember back in the day.
I loved Star Wars.
Billy D. Williams.
Billy D. Williams was the only brother in the galaxy. Not just on one planet.
Yeah.
In the galaxy, there was two. There was
Darth
two.
Vader?
Hold on.
Darth Vader was one.
No, he wasn't a brother though, for real. His voice was a brother. He had a brother.
Darth Vader counts.
Darth Vader had a black man swag. He had the cape. He had the walk. He had the deep voice, but he wasn't a brother. But the thing is, as a kid, I grew up watching Star Wars, and I grew up watching. I wanted to be Luke Skywalker when I was really little.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a blonde-haired or blonde brown hair white guy. Okay, I wanted to be him when I was a kid. So it's cool for me to grow up and be a huge fan of this franchise, and then see a brother as a main character, as a focal point. And he wasn't the main character. He was the second main character, and they still got mad at that. Some people that have a problem with the diversity, they hated it.
Okay, did they have a problem with the diversity, or got a problem because that's not the original story?
No, the original story had moved on though. It's 30 years in the future, and these are the people that are carrying on.
So they're probably. The major story. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
No, yeah.
Are you saying where did the black people come from if they didn't have them 30 years?
No, but the thing is,
come from a different planet,
the thing is, there were brothers in the galaxy back then, though. There was always brothers in the galaxy, and they're there now. in the forefront, and they didn't like it. And they didn't even like the fact that the chick was the main character. It's a white girl. She's white. But the fact that she's a girl, a woman, they didn't like it that she was the main character. So that's the issue.
But that's what, okay, so the issue, I don't know. Yeah.
I just think it's silly, man. I think it's silly that we can't embrace the differences that are out there. We can't.
Well, okay, how about the Spider-Man? You said the love interests have changed in the Spider-Man, right?
Well, the love, it didn't necessarily change because we're not. I don't want to give anything away, but he's in high school and there's a girl on the thing that in the movie that is black and he's into her, or she's a biracial girl. Let's just say that, but she's black from what you can see, and he's really into her.
Okay.
So I mean, that I think is great. That's his life, right? That's high school. That's how it is. That's the way the world is right now. So, but I don't know. I think that there needs to be better representation for everybody.
I definitely hear about that, but I definitely hear about the sexual orientation though.
Sexual orientation.
Yeah, people talking about, and it's a lot on television, a lot to take in. I
mean, but then you're talking about a lot of different. You're talking about religion. You're talking about a lot of other. People have a lot of hang-ups when it comes to that kind of stuff. So,
those are some of the...
I don't know. In the comics, Spider-Man is black. Oh, yeah, he's talking about... Nicholas Jones talking about Miles Morales, this character in Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. In Spider-Man comic books, there's a character, and he's actually black and Hispanic.
Okay, so he's Spider-Man? Or?
He's going forward, one of the guys in Spider-Man. In different alternate storylines,
it's a
black... No, it's not really... Spider-Man exists. Peter Parker still exists in that universe. But going forward, he somehow passes the mantle on to a black and Hispanic kid named Miles Morales. Why not? Why not? Because there's black and Hispanic kids out there. Maybe they want to see themselves as Spider-Man too.
And Nicholas said that Captain America's black too.
Thor's
a woman.
Thor's a woman at one point. The Falcon actually takes up the Captain American mantle in the comics at one point. So that happens too.
Wow.
So he actually, you gotta include everybody. You gotta make everybody a part of this thing. Like I don't mind the fact. Like I love the fact that people were getting mad at the Wonder Woman premiere because there were certain sects that were doing certain sections of the country that were having women only screenings and they were really empowered by it and stuff like that. Why would you care? I don't care. I'm glad that women are happy that they have a superhero. That doesn't bother me. I'll go see Wonder Woman at the next theater. I don't understand why that's a problem.
Well, okay. Then it goes back to the argument like with the James Bond, right? You have people that were upset with the James Bond.
When there was a rumor about Idris Elba
was going to be James Bond, and my thing is, he would have been perfect James Bond.
Yeah. But what was their answer? He's too street.
Well, I don't know if he's too scared.
That was the producer's answer.
Because James Bond is just a character. It could be anybody. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't know. I can see different sides on that a little bit. Well, because the different side of it is if you're an old school, and not saying old school, not everything.
But does his race? But does his race change what the character's dynamics will be? Like take a character like.
Okay, but if James Bond is going to. I don't know. I guess different missions it could change.
Well,
right? Missions because you're going to Russia or you're going to certain parts.
But I don't know.
If he's just you're doing a lot of stuff in Somalia or let's say.
But if he's just a spy, would it really change what the character's?
I don't know.
Mission?
I guess it would have to be story though. It has to be story.
Okay, look at it like
depth
this.
Of the story.
Look at it like this. Okay, say for instance, if you're talking about the Black Panther, well, you can't change that character because he's supposed to be black because he's supposed to be from Africa. If you change Thor, well, he's a Norse god, so he's supposed to be like a Viking or whatever. He's supposed to be white. Yeah. So certain characters have to be that. Saying. But certain characters, it doesn't necessarily matter, really, with certain characteristics. Like say the Flash. Barry Allen could be anybody. He doesn't have to be white. He could be black. He could be Hispanic. He could be Chinese.
Well, I guess.
You can have a Chinese guy in America named Barry Allen.
Yeah, period.
It could happen, right? It could happen. I know guys that of all races that have regular.
Nicholas said fans are so locked in and just embedded and see the characters we grew up. Yeah, you grow up with characters. You become familiar. That's true. You become familiar with these characters. So there is a kind of logical.
That's true, but at the same time, you got to remember when these characters were introduced to the world, it's a different world. You're talking about the 60s and before that, the 30s, the 20s for some of these characters like Batman and Superman. So it's a different world, and we weren't all accepted at those times. So now, then when they're trying to include different characters and different races and things like that, it is a very different world than it was back then. So, they got to kind of mix it up a little bit, What did Joseph say?
Oh, as a kid, you're right.
Under the Tuscan Sun. So that was a positive Italian-American role? Joseph? Just wondering. I mean, you know, he said Under the Tuscan Sun.
Yeah, what?
I'm not familiar.
I
remember the title of the movie, but I didn't actually watch it.
He said also The Good, The Bad, The Ugly was filmed in Italy.
Right, but they were all pretty much like dirtbags in that movie, right? They were all bad guys.
Yeah.
Even the good guy was pretty much a bad guy.
Had some bad.
Yeah. Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
At least he didn't yell at a chair in that movie.
Yeah. I know.
So I mean, there's a lot of different ways, but I think that there's just different ways for people to be received, and I think that we're in such a different time now where they are actually showing more and they're doing more. And I'm proud of things like Wonder Woman. I'm proud of things like Orange is the New Black. I like watching women.
Well, sure.
You know,
I guess I'm more. Okay, so the question should be: do you want things to be diverse just because, or do you want to be story? You know, saying story-driven diversity.
Can it be both?
You know, because I like a story. I don't want you. You know, I don't want you just throwing. You know, and it doesn't go along with the story. I don't know. It just
I don't think you should just do it just to do it. But I think
sometimes I think, you know, you can go a little bit overboard on that.
Well, how so?
I don't know. I mean, you know, certain stories. If it's a story about, you know, I don't know, some people out in Kansas in the corn. You know, you don't need to sprinkle in a black person in here.
Maybe there's the one brother out there who want to hang out in the cornfield.
Yeah,
can he want to hang out in the cornfield? Maybe I want to come out with y'all in the corn. He'd be the first one dead, but I mean, you know.
Yeah, I know. Don't take away from the story, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just because.
Well, you got to serve the story.
And that's what I think we're asking. You know, us being into movies like we are, I just like, sometimes you see certain stuff, you know, like, was Saved by the Bell, Lisa Turtle. Mm-hmm. You think she fit? She kind of fit that role, huh? Mm.
No, because they always did the same thing. They always do the same. You're talking about back in the 80s and 90s, and we gotta be real about something. Back then, if you were white, you were a side character.
Hold on. First of all, it was in the 90s.
I'm saying in the 80s and early 90s. Back then, if you were on a show and you weren't white, you were a side character.
Do you know any sister named Lisa Turtle? I'm still looking for.
Yeah, but you know how like they always would have them be like the side character.
But she wasn't.
She was out of all of them. She was like out of all the girls at least. She was the side.
No, she was not.
She was like her storylines were always with Screech, right?
Time out.
Come on, man.
Screech,
keep it real, man. Keep it real.
Hold on. Cause I used to like that show. So
I you probably like it more than me. Hey, how did the main character always? Didn't he break time all the time?
No.
Did he like break the fourth wall and like stop?
That was earlier.
He had magic, man.
No, that was earlier in. How the show was rebranded and almost relaunched, like, and it came back and it was more kind of up to date. But what did Nicholas?
He said he can appreciate the change in TV and movies, the way that they're changing.
Oh, When in Rome?
Christian Bale and Josh Dunham.
I don't think.
Is that really an Italian American? I thought they were both white people in Rome.
Just in Rome.
Yeah, I thought they were just in Rome. I don't think that was.
Joseph.
You reaching on that one,
reaching on that one, man.
You reaching on that one. I don't know about that one.
But. Saved by the Bell. No, Lisa was a side character, but she was able to become, I think, one of the main characters later.
You remember how it was back there in the 80s, though? If you was a brother in the movie, you were there just to give the lead character.
Like Love Boat.
You were there to help him out, give him the advice, and move on. You didn't have no interest in the hot chicks around there. You had no interest in them. They didn't have any interest in you.
What was the dude
you were just there to give him the advice.
The dude in Love Boat.
Tell him what to do.
The dude in Love Boat.
What was his name?
Oh man,
yeah, you got to go back. That's a little bit. I was playing with Transformers back then when I was on. I was a little.
But even even some of the G.I. Joe.
What's funny is when I was a kid though. When I was a kid, if you're talking about role models and things like that. When I was a kid, I really didn't have anybody to look to. I mean, it was Michael Jackson, Eddie Murphy. When in the 80s, as far as like major black, representatives. Other than that, it wasn't until Denzel and Will Smith started getting big roles in the 90s, in the mid 90s, that it actually became cool to look at brothers in these big movies. Other than that, they were all side characters.
I would probably say the biggest one was Denzel.
Well, it was. What I'm saying is,
Eddie Murphy wasn't really in serious roles.
No, he wasn't. You were always the comedic. You were always the comedic relief, comedy relief, and things like that back then. And I'm sure everybody can relate to that in a way. But now one thing I want to know too is like,
how about women though? Like, what was the first,
major women role? I was just watching Aliens the other day.
Was Aliens
Sigourney Weaver?
Sigourney Weaver.
That had to be like the first time. I don't remember seeing a woman that strong before Aliens.
That was actually fighting.
All the guys died out, and she's over there shooting and going crazy. That had to be the first one.
Okay, Joseph said, what about the promotion of gays on TV and movies?
There's gay people in the world, so I feel like they should be represented in TV. I don't know. I think that they kind of, some shows beat you over the head a little bit with it.
Yeah,
but I think that they're out there, so they got to be included.
I don't know, man. I mean, I guess it is. I guess you have to kind of explain that maybe earlier than. You know what I'm saying? But it is a part of the world.
I mean, it's out there though. They're out there. I mean, they should be represented because that's reality. That's who's out there.
I think what he's probably saying as much, or I don't know if you're saying it. I mean,
I think it gets tricky when you like I watch the show Shameless. Okay, on Shameless,
yeah.
they got a gay character. One of the characters on the show is gay, and now he's dealing with being PC in the gay world because he's dealing with transsexuals and people who identify as certain other, sexualities, but not necessarily. So, and he doesn't know how to do it as a gay guy. So that's an interesting take on it too. So I mean,
it is interesting.
There's a lot of different stuff going on out there, and if you're just gonna shine a light on it and bring some attention to it, I don't have a problem with it, man.
But you know what is interesting? Speaking of this, is what about interracial? We don't see a lot of interracial still.
It's still a taboo. I think it's still an unspoken taboo for some things.
Interesting
for some things.
Well, no, even on movies. What was the last movie where we seen interracial?
Well, there's been a few.
Oh,
there's been a few.
Like what?
The movie,
Besides Jungle Fever.
I mean, I think now they don't make a big deal about it sometimes now. Like
but they don't even.
I just saw Spiderman and it wasn't an issue at all. They didn't even talk about it.
Okay,
and it's a major 117 million opening weekend, biggest movie out there, and the main character.
How about a romantic comedy that's an interracial?
Everybody should be included. Lydia.
Yeah. How about a romantic comedy that deals with an interracial relationship?
I mean, there's a few out there. I'd have to really think about it. I mean, there was a movie like I saw, not a romantic comedy, but I saw one. It Comes at Night. Okay, now the movie opens up. You don't know what's going on. The main character has a black woman. He's a white guy and he has a black woman, and it's not an issue. They don't discuss it. It's not even a part of it. So I think that now it wasn't. I wouldn't recommend it. But I mean, what I'm saying is, I think now a lot of times.
Nicholas, there's tons. Hit up Netflix.
Yeah,
I mean, when we're talking about it, how about mainstream, even on television? How about we go with television?
I think that there's a lot of. I think that
we don't see it on television.
I think it is a lot. No, I think now it is coming.
I don't think it's a lot on TV.
I think it is. I think that they're doing a lot more now, and they don't announce it like before. If you go back into history, if there was an interracial relationship, that would be the story. That would be
because it dealt with the issues.
Otherwise, it wouldn't be. It either wouldn't be at all, or that would be the entire story.
Because it dealt with the issues around it. I think was what do you say?
I think that they were able to act like it's just not a big thing, and just were themselves and actresses that playing roles. It wouldn't be such an issue with people. I agree, Joseph. I think that they should just not make it a big thing. I think a lot of things aren't really blowing it up now. And
granted, I agree. I don't think you should, but there's nothing wrong with showing it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with. I mean, if that's part of
I think they're talking
our
about
reality. It is out there. We see a lot of it, especially out here in Seattle, which is pretty diverse in terms of interracial relationships are pretty common. I think. So.
I mean, some people don't think about it as a big thing like that. For me,
other places, I'm pretty sure they.
Some people would, but I'm saying I think that some people don't think of it as a big huge deal. Some people just like people. And then you like, hey, if I see a beautiful woman, I see a beautiful woman, that's how.
To me, that's yeah.
I think that,
but I don't know if everybody sees it like you know.
No, definitely don't.
So
I don't. I think
so when you say like it's a common, yeah, because out here.
No, you said Seattle.
I'm just saying, Seattle. I said out here, but I think other parts of the country, it's not like that.
Other parts of the world, I think that there's some parts of the world that it's still. Remember, we're the only country that had a civil rights movement. So it's okay to be outright just homophobic, racist, and everything else in a lot of other places because there was no civil rights movement in a lot of other countries and a lot of other places. So some places I hear like in China they're really racist towards black people.
Yeah, I read that
openly. Yeah. So I mean, there's a few places that are like just like that. I'm sure with all the different cultures.
Nicholas said even with commercials, there's interracial couples.
Yeah, they do. That's true. That is true. So I think that it's getting better and it's improving when it comes to that. But I think what I am happy though that I am just starting to turn on the TV and I'm starting to see a lot more of everything and a lot more of everybody included. Even now there's a show This Is Us, and they have an obese woman as the major character. An obese, what we would consider, what the term would be, a physically obese woman, because she's heavy set.
Oh man, we haven't
really
seen
heavy
that.
set, and she's a main character. That's a great thing to me. That's a great thing to me because if you go anywhere, you're going to see people.
Are they body
all the
shaming
time.
or?
I mean, she has her issues on the show, but what I'm saying is she's a major character in the show, which is a great thing because we never used to see that kind of stuff. They wouldn't even let you on TV be a side character at best, a walk on.
But you had some women that are
but it was but
Neil Carter, one of my favorite
most
shows.
Of it was a joke. Though.
Give me a break, huh?
But most of them they were used as a joke, right?
Give me a break was a solid.
What I'm saying is though, like for a huge woman, the way that this woman is on the show,
she bigger than Neil Carter?
She's a lot bigger. She's a big woman. She's a big woman.
Neil Carter's pretty big.
I think she's bigger, but the thing is, like I said, it's great to see that these things are happening now. So anyway, then we can go on.
Oh well, Nicholas said, which is more accepted though, a black man with a white woman, Fox's Empire, or a black woman with a white man? Scandal. You're right.
I don't know if anything. I think that you go to different people, Nicholas, and they'll have a different answer for that. I think there's a lot of people that would have a problem with it one way. And there's a lot of people that have a problem with the other way.
I just don't watch Scandal because I don't think it's very good.
We're gonna get into a lot of that though on another more interracial relationship thing. That'll be another discussion that we're gonna have probably next week. We're gonna talk a little bit about that more. So, but no, I just think it's interesting, and it's interesting to talk about the differences in how people are, the diversity is in how people are being represented now, because.
Joseph, hey, I'm not gonna. Yeah, he ain't lying.
Joseph, an Italian man who says black women.
Women. Joseph's out here.
That's Joseph. He's out there. Black women. He's out here. Joseph. So, but anyway, we're gonna have to table it for that right now. But it's a lot more.
Mondays we're gonna be on it starting at 7. Next week we got some good guests.
We got some guests coming on next week from the CTK Experiences. The girls from the CTK Experience.
We will start talking about our relationship series.
Battle of the Sexes next week on Monday is going down. Check us out, the men, and we are going to be outnumbered. So we're going to need you guys to chime in and help us out because we're going to be outnumbered.
Men always win. On this show,
he said it.
I said it.
Barry said it. I didn't say it. I
didn't
disagree.
On this show,
I didn't disagree with him.
Next week,
Battle of the Sexes is going down. And
next
we will
week,
be back.
We will
with
win.
The CTK Experience. Barry
Men will win.
Where is the shot, Barry?
I'm not going to tell it because you people come in. You guys,
hey, you better tell
him where it's at.
Give him the shot back.
Best kept secret. No, man. I want to thank everybody for all the positive reviews, man. Somebody told me we had like 110 reviews. That's pretty cool. But anyways, we are at 529 Central Avenue North.
All right, 529 Central Avenue North. You guys, thank you guys for watching. Please like us, share us. It helps us out a great deal. It's going to help us out even more. Check us out on our YouTube channel. Give us some likes and the shares then. We're keeping it going. Keeping it going. We're going to be back with episode 18 next week. And until next time, peace out.